What's going on YouTube? Dreams here, back at it again with another settings video on the PS5. It's been a couple days since Season 6 came out, so let's get started. So you go to settings, screen and video, video output, resolution. Now you want to click on the actual resolution that you want to play on. Say like you're on a 1440p monitor but you want to play 1080. No, that's going to cause a lot of screen tearing and it might mess up like your input delay and stuff like that. So stick with the actual native resolution on your monitor. Mine is 1440p, but it says 2160 because I have a Elgato connected. So yeah, VRR is highly recommended. If your monitor doesn't have it, then whatever, but if you do have it, obviously turn it on. 120 hertz, obviously. ALLM also on. And this is for 4K monitors, so if you don't have a 4K monitor, you don't have to worry about this. But if you do have a 4K monitor, I would change it to -1 or -2 or turn it off. See which one has the better feel to it. For color, I like to have it off, but some people, or a lot of people, actually like it, so it's totally up to you. This doesn't cause any input or performance, so yeah, HDR on or off, whatever you guys want. And deep color, I just put it to automatic, and RGB range, you want it to be full, of course, to get the full color. Second thing is you want to go accessories, controller, and communication method. Okay, so this one I just found out in the past settings videos. I've been telling you guys to use this used USB cable and use the USB-C to USB-C cable, plug it into your PS5 controller and to the front ports of your PS5. But I guess I was wrong. A lot of people been commenting, so thank you guys for that. But you only want to use this if you have a DualSense controller. If you do not have a DualSense controller, like you have a SCUF PS5, default PS5, do not use this method. But if you do have a DualSense, this will lower your input delay to your controller to your PS5. So you want to use USB cable, just like that, and use a USB-C to a USB-C cable into your PS5 controller to the front ports of your PS5. And I think the PS5 Slim has the USB-C front ports. I'm not sure about the regular PS5, so yeah, I just use Bluetooth because it's easier. But if you guys want the extra edge, if you have the DualSense Edge, then yeah, not really needed, but might want to try it out. Anyways, last setting on your PS5, you want to go to save data and game. Go to game presets and have it on performance mode. Those will have your console obviously on performance mode and run as high as it can go, or yeah, strong as it can go, if you want to say. I'll just go to my sounds, just go over it real quick because some people have been asking. I don't know what to look in here, but yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go into the game now and I'll show you guys that. Alright, we're in the game now. We're gonna go over my controller settings. I'm just gonna show you guys my button layout. This is obviously not the best settings, you know, because this is all personal preference, but if you guys want to know my controller settings, here you go. I have 4 back buttons. Here are my dead zones. If you do not know how to find your dead zones, then I would recommend looking up a video. It's like 5 minutes or probably even shorter. So yeah, but for the last 2, I recommend 0, 0. And then aiming, I use 7.7, but use whatever is comfortable to you. These are default, and I like to use 0.75 as my ADS. It's still confirmed, not confirmed, but like it's obviously known that dynamic is the better response curve still. I use 0.85. I only use it on the PS5 because during season 1, like ranked demons supposedly been saying like it's the best, but this one's not obviously confirmed. I mean, it could be, but I wouldn't know about it. So yeah, I'd use dynamic. Dynamic is for close and mid and long range, so why wouldn't you use that? Linear is like for long ranges, but you're gonna be weak in close quarter combat, so I wouldn't want that, to be honest, because you have a lot of close combats in Warzone. Standard, I do not know what that one is, but I've never seen anyone use standard, so who cares about that? I use default and dynamic is like the best. If you're using something else, then you're kind of trolling. I'm not gonna lie. So this setting is for PS5 controllers only. So if you're on the Xbox, you're not gonna have this option right here. The last option in aiming, click on this. This will be on automatically. You want to turn this off. You'll see a big difference. Yeah, so turn that off. Gameplay, you obviously want automatic tac sprint unless you're like a pro player. I don't know why you'd be a pro player watching this, but yeah. So auto tac sprint on. Slide maintain sprint. This doesn't matter if you have auto tac sprint. So yeah. And then if you want to copy these are obviously not the best, but you want to use this one right here, hybrid slide and dive. Why wouldn't you want to be doing that? You know what I mean. But anyway, everything else, or this one, movement based, and I believe everything else is default. Okay, we're gonna go in graphics now. So this one changed from the last season. Now you can't turn this off because I don't know who's in control of Call of Duty right now, but they're doing a terrible job. I'm not gonna lie. This should be able to be turned off, but it's not. So you want this at small, on, and then 1. If you keep it like higher, it'll use more of your internet, and you do not want that. So yeah, any motion blur, turn it off. It does not look good. It'll give you a headache. You'll not perform good. So yeah, film grain also on 0, depth of field off, fidelity cast on, and I recommend around 50 to the max, honestly. After that, after I go like 55, 60, I just start feeling like I'm getting like huge lag spikes. Eco mode off, you don't want that. 120 hertz on, obviously, and this is personal preference, but I use 120. And these I recommend affected, wide, and the first person camera to be least. This one's a big, you wouldn't think this one's like a big difference, but it actually is, which is kind of crazy. So you want that at least. And then I keep this on least too, but you don't have to. And then everything else should be default. If you guys want to know my brightness, I don't know why, because every monitor is different, but there you go, 47. Okay, audio, I just use headphone bass boost. It really depends what you wear or like what headset you have, so it's not gonna be the same for everybody. But turn off gameplay music, you do not want that. I don't know why you would want that. Cinematic music, you don't want that. War tracks, you do not want that. So the only two things you want to focus on is dialogue and effects. Dialogue is like all the voices that say like airdrop inbound or UAV inbound or whatever. So you don't really want to hear that too much because you're just gonna get sound horde. So yeah, I put it at 20, effects at 100. Scroll down here, and you want to have this off, mono audio off, reduce whatever this thing is, turn it on, off, and this is a hit marker. If you turn it on, you're gonna hear every single bullet that connects, so it's kind of annoying. You do not want that. So yeah, and then everything else is up to you. Here's my colors. You want minimap square, obviously, because you can see more. And then a lot of people still don't know that you can turn on your MS on a PS5 or a console in general. So you just go to interface, scroll down to telemeter, and right here, server latency on. But yeah, everything else should be default. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Subscribe, like, comment. Road to 13K. Let's go. Peace.